friends, don't toss those old solar light stakes just yet. Today on Lady Red Crafting, I'll show you how to turn them into beautiful yard decor with a creative twist. Let's give them a second life. For this craft, we're starting out with a solar light stake, a small piece of scrap wood, and a water bottle cap. Next, we're going to take this little piece of scrap wood. I'm just putting it down onto a paintable surface, and I'm going to give it a quick coat of Waverly chalk paint in the color white. And once everything is dry, I'm taking my Martha Stewart little stencil here, and I really like these stencils. They're self-adhesive. They are not like the silkscreen ones where you have like that little bit of a silkscreen in between everything. It is more like a traditional stencil. I'm taking some of these acrylic paints that I have from Folk Art. One is Grapevine and then the other one is Green Thicket. And we're just going to go ahead and put one of these little flowers on here and stencil that on. And I'm using some stencil brushes that I have from Plaid. What I've found when stenciling using stenciling brushes is if you just kind of tap down as you go and don't repeat where you're going to be at, it really works really well and I get less bleeding that way. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this off and we're going to see this beautiful flower. Now I'm going to grab one of my silk screens and I've used this one many times. It is a fall silk screen. But I like the welcome to the patch. So we're just going to add the welcome to the patch words to this piece. And with my silk screens, I tend to use chalk paste. This is Chalk Redesign and it's Iron Gate. And I get this on Amazon and I have had this stencil from Amazon as well. And I've used it for 3 seasons and it has been great. I've used it in the spring, in the fall. I just love reusing these silk screens in different ways and different pieces. So when I'm using the chalk paste, I just apply this with a squeegee and then I'm just going to pull that paint over the top of our piece. Next, we'll go ahead and remove this little stencil here and our words will appear and it'll look amazing. Now, once this paint has dried, we are going to stencil on the back side because we're going to make this a 2-sided sign. I'm going to take that same stencil set from Martha Stewart and I'm using the one that looks like a sunflower. And we're going to make this side look more for the fall so that way we can just flip this sign around when we want to. And for the paint colors, I'm using Moon Yellow from Folk Art. I'm using Real Brown and Green Thicket. And we're going to continue using those stenciling brushes. I did start out by doing the center of the flower first. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the yellow on the flower petals and the green stems last. And I kind of work from the center out, and I feel like this is a good way to keep your stencils from bleeding together. And now we just remove our stencil. And as soon as that has dried, I'm going to grab another silk screen. I did also get this one on Amazon, and we are going to apply this to our piece. Once that is there, we're going to grab our chalk paste again, and this is from Redesign in the color Iron Gate, and I'll put links for these all in my description box below if you're interested. And we'll use our squeegee and we'll go ahead and squeegee that chalk paste right over the top of our silk screen, and then we'll pull the silk screen off and we'll see our beautiful design. Now, once everything has dried, here is what our sign looks like on either side. Now you could stop here, add this to your tiered tray, and you have a cute little piece. But this is going to be outdoor decor using those solar stakes because we want to use all of our materials that we use from crafting. So to attach this to the solar stake, since this is a little bit heavier of a piece, I did do a little pilot hole that I drilled into the piece of wood. And you could, if you don't want to use a power tool, you could just take a nail and a hammer and just kind of hammer a little hole in there just to get something started. Then I'm going to drill a hole into my water bottle cap. This will make it so much easier for me to attach with a screw to the piece. Next, I just take a screw and I'm going to go ahead and screw that little water bottle cap into my piece of wood. Next, we're going to be taking this plastic bonder. I tried 3 other glues before I ended up settling on this. And part of my problem with the other glues that I tried E6000, Fix All, and Super Glue. And while they worked, because of the weight of this piece of the wood on the top, I really needed something with a stronger bond. So we're going to use this plastic bonder here, and if you've never used one before, it has 2 tubes on it, and you just kind of press it down onto a disposable surface of any sort. So I'm using a paper plate for this, and then I'm just going to cap that off right away. And I'm taking a popsicle stick here, and I'm just going to mix those 2 items together. And you have a few minutes to be able to apply this, so you want to apply this fairly quickly. It does harden within 6 minutes, and it's completely cured within 30. So it's a very quick glue to use, but it works amazing for the plastic. So I'm going to take this plastic bonder here, and I'm going to add it to my bottle cap. And once that is completely coated on the inside of that bottle cap, I'm going to add my little stake to the top. And then I'm going to hold it there for a minute and just let it sit till it hardens. And once that has dried, we're going to go ahead and I'll add the bottom part of our stake to our piece. And now our little sign is ready to display in the garden. I just love how this 2-sided sign turns out. This is such a great way to upcycle your solar stake, a little bottle cap, and a piece of scrap wood for some beautiful decor. If you're enjoying this content, please drop a sunflower down below in the comments. Thanks! For this project, we're going to need 2 solar stakes and a canvas. Now, I have extra canvases that I've taken off of canvases from the Dollar Tree before, but if you don't, you could just grab a canvas and remove the canvas from it. Next, I'm going to take this napkin, and I got this napkin at Home Goods, and to prep it, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, take some painter's tape, and remove the back 2 layers of this napkin. And sometimes these napkins do give you a little bit of trouble on that second layer. This one in particular, it really stuck on there, so it did take a little bit more patience to pull that second piece of the napkin off of the back. Now that our napkin is prepped, I'm going back to that piece of canvas, and I'm just going to tape it down to my surface so it doesn't move around when we're doing our decoupage. Next, I grab my Mod Podge. This is in matte, and I'm going to paint a coat of the Mod Podge over the top of our canvas. Now, once that Mod Podge has completely dried, we're going to lay our napkin over the top of our piece. And then I'm going to add a little piece of parchment paper over the top of the napkin. Now, once that is complete, I'm going to grab my iron or a little heat press, and we're just going to iron that napkin onto the canvas. Now, to seal everything in, I am going to take my Mod Podge again, and I'm going to do a nice coat of the Mod Podge over the top of the napkin. And now, once everything has dried, I remove the pieces of painter's tape. Now I grab a pair of scissors, and I'm going to actually trim the canvas and the napkin. I'm going to try to make it to where I have one of these butterflies in my little scroll I'm going to make, but I did need a little bit of extra canvas on either side, so that way I have a way of rolling it onto the scroll. I'm just trimming any of the excess piece off, and this canvas on the back of this napkin gives it a really nice feel for the scroll. And as you can see, there's a little bit of extra canvas on the bottom and a little bit of extra canvas and napkin on the top. This will just give us a place to be able to roll everything up on the scroll. So using those little stakes, I'm going to start rolling this napkin up onto the piece. And I'm using my E6000 to start, and I'm just doing a little bit of E6000 for the canvas to stick to the little stake. And I found that the E6000 works really well with these plastic stakes. And then after I've done that, I'm going to come back in with some hot glue and hot glue the canvas to the canvas just to make sure everything stays into place. Next, I'm going to grab some twine, and this is a little bit of a thicker twine. I get this from Walmart. I'm going to burn off the little edges on here, but this is an optional step. I just like to get all those little frays off of there. Next, I'm just going to thread this through the top stake, and then I'm going to tie it to make a little hanger. Now you could stop here, but I like to add a few finishing touches. I have these beads from my stash, and I'm going to just hot glue 4 beads into each side of these stakes just to give it a little edge and decorative piece. And if you notice here, I did this after I strung the twine, so this kind of also plugs everything up so that the hanger stays into place just how you like it. Now, once you're done adding all of your beads, you could stop here, but I wanted to fill all the holes in from those beads. So to make them look really pretty, I'm going to add some little brads to each one of these beads. I had these in my scrapbooking stash, but I think they're called brads, so you might be able to find them at Hobby Lobby or at Amazon. Anyways, these fit absolutely perfect and just add that finishing touch to everything. Now here is our final piece. I just love how this turns out. This could be hung in the garden on a garden hanger, or you could hang this in your house. Now, if you were going to hang this outside, I would spray it down with a spray clear enamel, or I would use outdoor Mod Podge instead. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button below. It's free and it helps my channel grow. Thank you. Now here's a really quick and easy way to use those solar light stakes. I'm taking a cork and I just sliced a small piece off of the top. Next, I grab some E6000 glue, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of that glue to the top of my stake. And then we'll just place the little piece of cork over the top of the stake. Now, while that is drying, I went over to my Cricut Joy, and I'm going to print out the word carrots and another one that says beans. And once I finish weeding out those letters, I go ahead and I grab some transfer tape. And for the first stake, I'm going to do the word carrots. Now we're going to take that word carrots and we're just going to transfer that right onto our stake. And after that, I just repeated the same step for the word beans. Now, all you have to do is add your stake to the bottom of the stake, and you are ready to go add these to your garden. This is such a fun and easy way to use up those stakes, and it elevates what they look like. One other idea, if you don't have a Cricut, you could use letters from the Dollar Tree, or you could use a paint pen as well. Now, all you have to do is go add these to your garden. I just love how these turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Get crafty with Lady Red's monthly newsletter. Tips behind the scenes and exclusive giveaways. Subscribe now in the description box below. It's free, so what do you have to lose? Thanks! So grab yourself a 2.5-inch terracotta pot, a garden stake from the light, and a little water bottle cap. We're going to go ahead and take some E6000 glue and glue our bottle cap into our clay pot. So to do this, I'm just going to add that E6000 to the bottom of the pot, and then I'll set the little bottle cap right on top. Now, once that bottle cap is secure, I'm going to go ahead and paint the inside of my pot using the parchment color paint from Folk Art. And once that is dried, I'm going to go ahead and place this on a paintable surface. And using my Martha Stewart paint here, this is a rose chrome color, I'm going to go ahead and paint the outside of this pot. And after 2 coats of paint, I'm going to go ahead and add some spots to our mushroom. And to make the dots, I'm using a round sponge brush, and I'm just going to add those dots around the perimeter of our pot. Now I'm going back to that parchment color paint, and I'm going to go ahead and add a few more dots to our mushroom. And to apply these dots, I'm actually going to be using a Q-tip, so there will be a little bit different size dot on the mushroom. And now once all of our paint has completely dried, I took this outside and I sprayed this down with my matte clear enamel. And this is going to seal all of that in when we have this outside. And once everything has dried, I wanted to fill in that little hole on the top. So I'm just going to add a little bit of E6000, and I'm going to attach a brad there to cover that hole. Now let's go ahead and flip our mushroom top over, and I'm going to take some super glue and fill the bottle cap up with some super glue so that we can place our little stake right inside. And once that has completely dried, we have an adorable little mushroom that we can place in a pot and display outside. Here is what it looks like out in my garden. I just love how this turns out. It's such a cute, fun piece to decorate a flower pot. Let me know what color you would paint your mushroom in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. Thank you! Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you found some inspiration in these creative crafts on using solar light stakes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what your favorite project was in the comments below. And for more DIYs in your inbox, sign up for the Lady Red Crafting newsletter. Link is in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and as always, please remember, craft more, stress less.